Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be posting the next, variation on the Centurion theme coming out soon in Valiant Smashers. This theme, this profile is going to utilize the Bystials. Now I'll start by saying that I had the highest hopes for this variation of the deck. I think without any testing, this was the variation that I had the highest hopes for. I really like playing with the Bystials. I will start by saying that the synergy between the two decks is fairly non-existent. The Centurion monsters are light and dark, but they, like in an ideal world, you're getting them back to the field with the Legatia. So you don't really get to use the Bystials on your own turn unless it's through like Bellion, like hard opened. Obviously, I would say that the biggest benefit to the Bystial variation is that going second, you have more options than what you would have in the other variation. Like the Horus monsters obviously lose to an interruption on the King's Sarcophagus there. The super heavy samurais are they're not known for being good going second either. Obviously in the pure build, you get more hand traps, but the Bystials all being hand traps is nice. It does make your matchups into certain decks a lot nicer, but certainly I would say like in any going first situations, the Bystials don't really help in getting the Centurion combo across the board. It's a little bit like the Invoked Dogmatica, where like the two engines, they do kind of, obviously Invoked and Dogmatica do actually work quite well together in that you get the extra monster and then you can summon the Ecclesia. But yeah, this is very much two separate engines. Going through this deck and kind of testing it makes me really want to actually try Centurion Dogmatica and see where that leads, because I think it would be along the same lines as Invoked Dogmatica, where you're setting up a bunch of interruptions in different places, a lot of one-card combos. I think that would actually work out a lot better than what this has worked out. But yep, the pros, this works a lot better going second. The Bystials are great. I guess if you get hand trapped on Primera, then yes, the Bystials serve more of a purpose in that you do actually access the Synchro 10s. But yeah, it's a funny one. Like I said, in testing, I thought this would be a lot better than it has turned out to be. But I'll show you what I am talking about. So the Centurions, again, we haven't changed any of these ratios. Primera, Trudea, Emmet, Emblema, like none of this is changing. Stand Up, Faith, Terraforming, and again, I'll say every time, the other trap card. Okay, I will eventually just print the one off, we're not that far off the release date. But yeah, the other trap card, always better. But these haven't changed. If you want to know what they do, go watch my other videos. But yeah, the Centurion lineup, it's the same 16 cards that it has been in the other variations. Nothing is changing there. But then for the Bystials, we are on 3 Lubellion. Lubellion being definitely the best thing to draw in this engine, because you just put a light or dark into graveyard immediately. Now, generally, obviously, you'd want to keep the Lubellion in the graveyard so that you can summon it by, tributing a Bystial. But and that's the other thing, is that the main combo doesn't leave you with light or dark. Level 6 or higher dark dragon to summon with the Lubellion. So that's kind of awkward. You have to specifically go out of your way to do other things. But playing Saronir as well. Going first, there are some nice combos when you open 2 Bystials. We're also playing 1 Magnet, 1 Drillsworm. I'm playing 1 Aluba. I'm playing 1 Aluba because in a world where you have comboed using something like Emblema and you don't use your normal summon, there is a world where, again, you need 2 Bystials to kind of really get there, but a Luba and a Bystial at least gets you to a Synchro 10. It just gives you another normal level 4 you can summon. I think what I've realized is that where this falls short is that you have this great level 4 tuner, but you only can really summon it once per turn. Now, there is a cool kind of combo that allows you to summon this twice, but it's kind of card heavy investment, so it's not really worth doing. And really, what I've kind of, again, through testing, if you want to play like this type of deck, you're better off playing the branded Bystial Synchro lists, because the Centurion engine just doesn't mix as well with the Bystials as the branded engine does. So like having your 3 Quem, 3 Cartesia, and doing synchro plays that way works out a lot better than with the Centurions and the Bystials, because the Centurions really kind of just keep themselves, and they want something to help make the Centurion combo better, because the Centurion combo is already crazy, right? The 1-card Calamity Lock, like, that's insane. You just want to make that combo better, more resilient, so that it goes through. The Bystials don't really do that. The Bystials give you things to do if you get interrupted on the Centurion combo, so you can easily take the Primera and a Bystial and make a Baron, and that's always nice. But yeah, I will show you the kind of combo that we've got here with the 2 Bystials a bit later. But yeah, this is the Bystial lineup. I'll throw down as well the Vision Resonator. I'm playing 3 of it this time and 1 Crimson Gaia. You're happy to see Vision Resonator. Again, we like seeing Vision Resonator to discard with the stand-up. To then search Crimson Gaia, get another Vision Resonator. It puts another Dark in the graveyard, so the Bystials are alive in that sense. But yeah, the Bystials play nicely with the Vision Resonator. That's always really nice. But yeah, the Centurions, not so much. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it when we get to the test hands though. Then we only have space for 9 non-engine, and I've kept it at 40, so I've just gone Droll, Droplets, Talents, and a Thrust, just for 9. Obviously, this is going to be format specific, that, those 9 spots are. Also remember that we are playing, 5 Bystials, so that does add to the kind of non-engine going second. So you do kind of, 14 in that regard, but the Bystials aren't going to be good in every matchup, of course. But that's the main deck. That is 40 cards. The extra deck, again, some things obviously just going to be the same. Like the Centurion lineup isn't going to change. The Crimson Dragon, the Calamity, Cosmic Blazer, Lulu Lilith hasn't changed. Baron has been in all of my lists. It's not going to change. We do have, we are able to make Synchro 10s just that bit easier. So we've got Disparter, we've got Chaos Angel. Excel Synchro Stardust gets us into Synchro 10s really easy, obviously, with a Vision Resonator and a Bystial. Being able to bring back the Vision and go into any of the 10s is nice. Also trying this out, Red Dragon and Scarred, giving that a go instead of some of the other kind of tech choices I was playing. And then the last 3 cards are SP, Hieratic Seal, and Typhon. The Hieratic Seal, this is probably not the best thing to do, but I'm just trying it out. I mean, you can fit it in there. You've got the space. You can make it in this one very specific hand that is not very good, but nonetheless, you can do it. So, yeah, it's very much like, it very much feels like a worse version of branded Bystial Synchro, that type of deck. Yeah, so that's what I'd be doing instead of this, but I did say in the previous video that this is what I was going to do next, and yeah, just putting out there, this is certainly not the most competitive. I would say that it's, so far out of the 3 that I've done, this is in the 4th list, that this is the worst one of the lot. But I'll show you a combo and then do some test hands. Okay, so this combo is going to be any piece of the Centurion deck. So obviously any one of those 1-card starters, and then any 2 Bystials, but specifically one kind of needs to be Bellion. So Bellion and any other Bystial. Bellion and Saranir are the best 2, but yeah. So to start off with, we'll start off with the Bystials. I guess the good thing about the Bystials is that you can kind of, especially game 1, you can kind of like pretend like you're playing dragons. They might, interrupt the Bellion, which means like if the Centurion combo goes through, you should just win. But, obviously going into games 2 and 3, as soon as they know you're playing Centurions, they might play very differently. But, so Bellion, we'll send it to add the Magnemite. And then what we will do is we can Saranir on the Bellion, banish it. We're going to normal the Primera, but we're not going to activate its effect, because once you activate its effect, you can't summon it again. And we're going to summon it back later. So we'll do that, and then we can go into the Disparter. You might be able to see kind of where this is going. We're going to go we'll get the Saranir effect. Saranir, depending on kind of what you want to do here, the Saranir can dump the Regained to get back off Beast, or you can send a Bellion. Actually, it does need to be Bellion. The only reason you wouldn't go for Bellion is if you already had another Light or Dark in the graveyard. Yeah, we obviously had to banish Bellion. So yeah, it's definitely send Bellion there. But if you had any other light or dark in the graveyard at that point, you could send the regained to get back off the beast. But from here, we'll now go Magnemite, banish the Primera. Obviously, we'll get the Magnemite effect, and then we will use Disparter to summon back the Primera, and then use its effect to search, meaning we can't summon it again. But as you can see, we've kind of gotten 2 uses out of it. So we'll search for our field spell, and then this is just going to end up kind of being the same combo as before. And then interestingly, like if the Primera gets interrupted here, you know, you've got an easy Baron, plus you can get rid of the Disparter for the Bellion, get Regained or Beast. You could just keep the Primera, you could turn these 2 into a seal, obviously by going the Bellion first. So there are things you could do if this gets hand trapped, and this is where I guess the Bystials are important, is that if you do get hand trapped, then there's still things that you can do. Yeah, so that's a kind of a benefit there, is if this gets stopped, then you still have things that you can do. But we're not getting interrupted, we're grabbing the stand up, and we probably just want to get the seal on the board first, just because we are playing into Nibiru. We can't stop the Nibiru with this situation here, but we can then use the Bellion, and we will place Beast. And then we can go Field Spell. We're going to use it to get rid of a card in our hand. Remember, this combo's already used 3, so now we've got 1 left in hand. So like we had, 2 other cards. We discard 1. We do draw it back, of course, with the Legacia. So yeah, we use the stand up. We were meant to make seal first, but we'll just do this. Get the Trudia. Yeah, we can turn these into seal. Now, the seal doesn't really have anything worth summoning at this point. I mean, we've already got the Magnemite out of the deck for this combo. So again, you might not play seal. You could just play SP Little Knight, and that's fine as well. Obviously, it doesn't help you against Nibiru at all, but like I said, this variant is not the best. There's better things that you could be doing with the Centurions, I think. So we'll go the Trudia effect, bring it back to the spell trap zone, place the M at 6. And then this is just the Centurion combo. So we'll just turn this back over. Obviously, it's a Heraldic Seal, summon the Emmet, synchro off for the Legacia. We'll get the effect to draw a card. And in the end phase, obviously, we'll get back the Primera, and we will resolve the Magnemite to grab Druis Worm. So as far as like an end board goes, we've got the Calamity Lock still. We've got Beast and Druis Worm, so that's a pop 2. Got Seal to bounce. Seal's only really going to be summoning like a Saranir. Yeah, actually probably it's just Saranir. You could kind of opt. You could also actually just summon the Aluba, and then like if it gets to the next turn, then you do have more kind of fodder for like to make more synchros. It's probably just Saranir, because then if the Saranir sticks around, you can tribute it for the Bellion and keep going. In this combo, yeah, we did get rid of the Disparter to make seal. You could opt to keep Disparter, or you didn't have to grab Druis Worm. You could grab Regained, still grab Druis, sorry, but grab Regained, and then like you've got the Disparter to come back as well. So like there's different ways you could have gone about that. Yeah, the other 2 cards in hand. So that's an example. Now that's a 3-card combo, 2 Bystials plus the Centurion. It's fine, but I just think that the branded Bystial does this better. I'll show you one other very quick thing, and it's just that the Bystials, again, similar to the Horus cards, they can help you to play around Nibiru. So again, you would need to open a piece of the Centurion, so it would be a Lubellion. Again, it probably needs to be Lubellion specific. Oh, it doesn't actually need to be Lubellion specifically. I'll do it with like a Saranir, because we've got the Vision that we can discard. So if you open a Vision, a Bystial, and again, any piece of the Centurion deck, you can certainly play around Baron. Again, this is a 3-card combo. There's a few different options that you can open. Obviously, this is one of 12 starters, 13 starters. This is any Bystial will get you there as well. If you open Lubellion, though, I'll say this first. If you open Lubellion, it is just a lot better because you don't need to play out a little bit of the Centurion combo before you can be, you know, safe. So like if this was Bellion, it just works out a lot better because you would go Bellion. We're always going to grab the Magnamut. We will banish the Bellion to summon the Magnamut. Obviously, we'll declare the Magnamut effect. We can summon out the Vision. We can synchro into the Axel Synchro Stardust, get the Vision Resonator and the Axel effect. This will summon back. It will search for a Crimson Gaia. Now we can't summon a second Vision Resonator, but we can then just go straight into Baron. And then we are very free to go about our Centurion play. So that allows you to kind of play around a singular hand trap with the Baron, which is nice because again, if you can get your Centurion combo to resolve, you win. I think again, I'd rather open the Horus cards rather than specifically Vision and Bystial, because obviously we can just open Imseti or King Sarcophagus and still kind of do the same thing. It costs more cards, true, but yeah, that's another thing you can do. If it wasn't Bellion, let's just say it was Magnamut and Vision, we do have to play out a little bit of the combo. So we'd have to normal the True DR. We open ourselves up to an Imperm on True DR, which is not ideal. That of course would put the Primera, we'd summon the Primera, search with the Primera, and again, they can certainly stop this. This is just to get a discard into the, because then we can go stand up, pitch Vision, trigger Vision to grab Crimson, which is here, and then yeah, then we can obviously go Magnamut, Crimson, banish the Vision, grab out another Vision. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Summon, and then we get the Excel, bring back, get Baron. What have we forgotten to use? Oh, we didn't resolve our search with Primera to grab. What have we done? Sorry, we used the stand up. We were meant to put the Emmet 6 into the sky. That's what I've messed up. There we go. There's the Emmet 6, and then we summon in Legatia, draw a card. End phase Primera, resolve Magnamut as well, grab a Bystial. Yeah, but if it's Bellion specifically, we play around the hand traps a lot better. But I'll do some test hands just to kind of play out a couple of things. You'll see that the two decks kind of just work side by side. They don't really like work together. It's often going to be play out the Centurion combo and then the Bystial side, or if you're able to make Baron, summon the Bystials and then do the Centurion side. Nothing like integrated or working together, which is not ideal, I think. Yeah, going second, Bystials, great, but it just doesn't work as well. But I'll do some test hands and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we'll do a couple of quick test hands. This video is already kind of run on a little bit, but we'll kind of just try to speed through these if we can. So we've got Centurion combo, True DR, Thrust, Beast, and True DR. So again, like in this hand, the Beast is doing nothing for us. This is just going to be a Centurion combo. Yeah, that's it. And in this variation, again, we're playing less non-engine, so, you know, only having the one thrust there, not necessarily going to be the most ideal thing to, you know, break through a board. Well, this hand obviously is just garbage. Crim's going to grab the third Vision, and then we just lose. We are off to a great start. Yeah, I know I said the deck was not very good, but it's proving my point. Okay, we've got Regained, Talents, Terraforming, Droplet, and Bellion. So again, I'll show you, like, one Bystial doesn't really do a lot. Like, it certainly helps us with interruptions. Like in a format where like Bystials go hard, then yeah, okay, this will be fine. But if not, then like you're not going to play this variant. We'll go stand up. We can go stand up. We can pitch Regained because we can get it back with Beast. That's going to put the Primera, summon the Primera, use the Primera to grab the Trudia. But like if you were to compare, for example, the two variations between the Horus and the Bystials, like we've opened the best card of the Bystial engine, but this does not help us set up this like game-winning combo. Whereas if this was Imseti on the Horus side, like the best card of the Horus engine, then we are happy days here. We are, we're gonna set up the Centurion combo. We'll have Galaxy Photon Lord protecting us, and we're just off to the races at that point. But the Bellion doesn't get us there, unfortunately. So now we'll normal Trudia. We will use its effect to put itself back into the spell trap zone with the Emmet 6. We can summon out the Emmet 6 and synchro into the Legatia. We will draw into a Droll. So, okay, we've been lucky with the non-engine. We've got a lot of non-engine going on in the hand. Now in this, like if we had extra pieces of the Centurion engine, then that's what we would pitch with stand-up, because it gives us extra things to hit with the Bystials. But like right now, we'd rather have our Primera come back in the end phase for the Legatia. So it's not ideal. So we'll use the Bellion here. We can go for Magnemite, just being the best one. And obviously now that I've realized, but the problem we have, of course, is that for us to even use the Magnemite, we have to banish the Bellion because we don't want to lose the Primera. So we don't even get back the Regained. It'll be there for another turn, but Magnemite, banish the Bellion, trigger the Magnemite, and go to the end phase. So in the end phase, the Legatia will place Primera, and Magnemite will get a search for, like, I might even just grab the Sarony just because it gets us more of the Bystial engine rather than the Druisworm. Obviously we can set the Droplet. Droplet's kind of nice in this. If all goes wrong, we've got cards on the field that we can send with Droplet if we're not able to kind of get use out of them. So that's kind of nice. This is relevant in all of the other deck profiles as well. But I figured I'd throw it into this one because as well, like we're playing Sarony, we're playing Vision Resonator. There's things that will trigger when they hit the graveyard. Plus we've got cards on field that we can just send if we have extra space. But yeah, you can kind of see here, we play some of that defense, that the Bystials added nothing to this specific hand. Yeah, and that's kind of the issue, right? Now, if we got hand trapped, it would be a different story. Having the Bystials is nice in that we can, very easily salvage a Baron out of a hand trapped situation. And so maybe I'm being too harsh because hand traps are certainly going to be relevant, and you're going to be hand trapped more often than you're not probably. But I don't know. I just think that the Horus cards do a lot more, which is funny because, like I said at the very beginning, I would have always assumed, or I would have just assumed that the Bystials would be better than the Horus cards, especially after my original testing. But we've got Droll, Sarony, Aluba, Droplet, and Droll. This is nothing. If we were playing a Striker Dragon in the extra deck, we would have a Seals Pass kind of situation. But again, at that point, just play branded Bystial Synchro, or even just Dragon Link. Yeah, I'm very interested to try the Dogmatica build. The Dogmatica build is going to be similar in that, the two engines won't really play nicely together. Like the Dogmatica engine is not going to help the Centurion engine in terms of consistency and pulling off the lock, but it is just another one card combo that, if you do get interrupted, then you can easily fall back on the Ecclesia stuff. You could even go as far as playing Winder as well. Definitely something I want to try, because you end on the Synchro, you can very easily summon an Ecclesia or activate an Nadir Servant and plus quite a bit. The other benefit to the Nadir Servant stuff is that Lulu Lilith can, it can summon out a Primera if you had no access to the engine. So then, like on turn 3, if you can survive, you've got the Centurion combo. But in this test hand, no access to the Bystials. We've drawn a brick again, which is unfortunate. But between Emblema and Trudia, we are able to kind of set up the full Centurion combo with like the trap card set as well. Yeah, that's fine. But it's no better than the pure build at that point if we're not opening, you know, the Bystials. And I think I'd rather just play the pure build, you know. The like TC Boo goes very hard. I'd probably rather have that than a singular Bystial card in my hand. Faith, Saronir, Emblema, and Regained. So, you know, we'll be able to get a draw off Regained. That's nice. Saronir can obviously send Bellion, but we'd have to get it into the... Well, no, we can pitch it off the... Well, this will be fine. Like, this will be cute, I guess. It'll be Emblema. We can go straight for the Primera using the first effect. So it means we get to summon the Primera, and then we will be searching for Stand Up. Stand Up will activate. We will pitch a Saronir out of the hand to put Trudia into the spell trap zone. The Saronir will trigger to send Bellion, and then we are able to yeah, we're probably just playing out the we'll just play out the Centurion combo, hope for the best. So it would be summon Trudia, bring it back, and get the Emmet 6. Summon the Emmet 6. So this is all without normal summoning. So if we, you know, did have access to like Alubar additionally, like a Bellion in addition to Saronir, then it would be different. Like we could certainly set up like a Baron first or go from there, but this will get us to Legacia. We will draw a card into the Thrust. But what you can, like, I'm sure what you can see is that where we are now, it would be no different to, you know, if we, like this Saronir is going to do the same thing as what like an Adir Servant would do. We've gone full Centurion combo, and now we're going to activate our next 1-card combo to, you know, go a bit further, set up something a bit stronger. So again, you'd much rather have an Adir Servant than a Saronir. But what it will be is, you know, we'll activate the Regained. We can go Saronir summoned by banishing a Saronir. That is going to then allow us to use the Regained to put back the Saronir and draw into Beast. Well, that's unfortunate. We were going to get that for free off the Bellion anyway. Let's pretend we didn't do that. Okay, we got Stand Up. That's now Follow Up. And of course, we contribute the Saronir for the Bellion. Use its effect to place the Beast. And then in the end phase, get the Primera back. And we can choose to set the Faith if we want to as well. But we've got Follow Up. We've got, you know, Beast, Regained, Bellion. Like, we've got some things going on. We can always bring back a Saronir off Regained as well. So that's nice, but we've now just played into Nibiru for what reason? Like, to set up a pop and like a bit of recursion. I think, like I said, the Horus cards, they recur themselves so much better. I think that's just better. But I'll leave it there. You know, playing with Bystials, fun. They certainly help out in some matchups, but with Centurions, I just don't think it is the play. Definitely the Horus cards do more, especially alongside Vision Resonator. Vision Resonator is a card that I'm just liking more and more the more decks I try it in. But yeah, I'm going to leave that one there. Let me know what you think. I'm going to give a Dogmatica build a go next. I saw one that topped an event in the OCG, which looked interesting, and I'd like to kind of, you know, play on that a little bit and just see what it can offer, because the Nadir Servant stuff can really like set up multiple interruptions in lots of different places. You know, being able to put face down cards on the field, whether it's like a Schism or a Punishment, being able to, you know, put the Fleur-de-Lis in the hand as well. You know, interruptions in lots of places is always appreciated. But that'll be it for this one. I know it's kind of gone on for a little bit, but you know, test this for yourself if you want to, but that's not the build for me, I think. But I'll catch you in the next one.